Drew Scott is known for his tall height, friendly personality, and incredible real estate skills. But what is his life really like off camera? Did the pressures of television ever take a toll on him? And has his journey with Property Brothers always been smooth? Or were there struggles behind the scenes? For years, fans have wondered, was Drew truly happy flipping houses on TV? Or was there more to the story? With a busy filming schedule, multiple businesses, and a growing public image, did the stress ever get to him? Then, something unexpected happened. Have you heard what tragic happened to Drew Scott? He finally shared something surprising. Was it the long hours? The challenge of balancing work and family? Or was there a moment when he questioned everything? Stay tuned as this unfolds, because the last detail will leave you speechless. On April 28, 1978, Drew and Jonathan Scott were born in Vancouver, Canada. When they found out they were expecting twins, their parents, Jim and Joanne Scott, were taken by surprise. Before settling down on a horse farm in Canada, their father, who is originally from Scotland, worked as a stuntman and actor. Drew and Jonathan showed a strong work ethic and business mindset at a young age. They began selling hangers covered in nylon door-to-door when they were just 7 years old. When a Japanese woman placed a big order, their little business took off, and they ended up making an amazing $156,000. Their future as entrepreneurs was paved with this early success. Jonathan and I learned the value of hard work early, selling hangers at 7 and flipping homes in college. Real estate started as a way to fund my dreams, but became my greatest passion, Drew stated. Growing up, Drew and Jonathan were constantly engaged in some sort of project. The twins assisted their older brother, James Daniel Scott, who frequently worked on homes, in building decks and fences. Drew demonstrated the same perseverance that would later drive his real estate career in high school by excelling in basketball and volleyball. The twins attended the University of Calgary in Alberta after the Scott family relocated there after graduation. However, they held a number of odd jobs before becoming real estate tycoons. For example, both brothers worked as busboys at Red Robin, and Drew was a clown at kids' parties. In addition, Drew worked as a flight attendant, personal trainer, mall cop, and even a bikini store manager. The brothers made the decision to purchase their first home in 1996, rather than move into a dorm. When they paid $200,000 for another house, spent $1,350 on renovations, and sold it for $260,000, a substantial profit for young investors. That was the beginning of their real estate adventure. At first, they wanted to use real estate to finance their genuine passions. Jonathan wanted to be a magician, and Drew wanted to be an actor. Jonathan pursued studies in design and construction to finance these aspirations, while Drew concentrated on real estate sales. After obtaining his real estate license in 2004, Drew and his partner established Scott Real Estate, which assists clients with home renovation, sale, and purchase. Drew relocated to Vancouver in 2006 to pursue acting because he was still passionate about getting into Hollywood. Unfortunately, he had little progress and ended up with $100,000 in debt, so success wasn't easy. He went back to real estate after realizing he needed a steady job. Jonathan, meanwhile, started flipping houses after relocating to Las Vegas. Drew's desire to appear on television never wavered. When he presented a real estate show to producers in 2009, they were instantly intrigued. But they chose to highlight both of them after finding out he had a twin brother. Thus, Property Brothers came into being. After its 2011 debut, the show swiftly gained international acclaim and was broadcast on HGTV in the US, Canada, and several other nations. I was determined to make it in Hollywood, but after struggling with debt, I turned back to real estate. When I pitched a TV show in 2009, everything changed. Property Brothers was born, Drew stated. The Scott twins launched spin-off programs like Buying and Selling, Brother vs. Brother, Property Brothers, At Home, and Celebrity IOU as a result of Property Brothers' success. Additionally, they founded Scott Brothers Entertainment, which produces digital content, films, and television series. By 2016, their home decor brand, Scott Living, had grown to be a huge success, bringing in over $120 million. They also wrote a number of books, including a children's book and best-selling home remodeling manuals. Although the production company behind Property Brothers was sued, Drew Scott has not been sued directly. Paul and Mindy King, a couple from Las Vegas, filed a lawsuit against Cineflix Media, the production company behind Property Brothers, in 2021. They claimed to have major structural problems, such as a moldy dishwasher, leaking sewage, and a collapsed sink, as a result of the home renovations done on the show. According to the lawsuit, unsafe living conditions and code violations resulted from the hiring of unlicensed and inexperienced contractors. The couple was disappointed that the brothers did not intervene to help fix the issues, even though Drew and Jonathan Scott were not named as defendants in the lawsuit. At a fashion event in 2010, Drew got to know Linda Fan. They clicked right away, and in 2016, after dating for years, they became engaged. In 2018, their dream wedding was held in Italy. After relocating to Los Angeles, the couple worked together to renovate their ideal house. Their path to parenthood wasn't simple. Linda's thyroid condition made it difficult for her to conceive. But in 2022, after years of trying, they welcomed Parker James Scott, their first child. He stated, "Meeting Linda was the best thing that ever happened to me. After years of love, laughter, and challenges, we built our dream home and welcomed our greatest joy, our son, Parker." The Scott brothers have been involved in controversy despite their polished appearance. Fans freaked out when word spread that Drew was leaving Property Brothers. Were the twins at odds with one another? Was the show coming to an end? In actuality, Drew had no intention of leaving. False headlines and speculation, which the brothers later denied as untrue rumors, were the main sources of the rumors. By starting new initiatives like Backed by the Bros and Don't Hate Your House with the Property Brothers, Drew and Jonathan are continuing to grow their business. Despite juggling their family life and business empire, they continue to be some of the most adored personalities in the home remodeling industry. They remain at the top of the industry thanks to their special blend of knowledge, humor, and inventiveness. Drew Scott is staying with Property Brothers despite all the rumors. He and Jonathan are still very close, and their love of design and real estate continues to inspire millions. It is estimated that Drew Scott has a net worth of $100 million. Television, real estate, and business endeavors are some of the sources of his wealth. He became well known as HGTV's Property Brothers co-host, which spawned multiple lucrative spin-offs. Drew co-founded Scott Real Estate, which offers a variety of real estate services in addition to television. Although his older brother, J.D. Scott, had a severe health crisis, Drew Scott has not personally experienced any significant tragedies. J.D. Scott disclosed in 2019 that he had been battling an unknown illness for more than a year. At first, doctors were unable to diagnose the neurological symptoms, extreme fatigue, and heat sensitivity he experienced. J.D. thought he might die at one point. He was diagnosed with a combination of a gut infection and an autoimmune disease following a number of tests and doctor's appointments. During this trying time, Drew and Jonathan provided their brother with a great deal of support. Since then, J.D.'s health has improved as a result of treatments and lifestyle adjustments. In addition to J.D.'s health issues, there have been sporadic online rumors regarding Drew Scott's passing that have been thoroughly disproved. Drew is still healthy and active. Drew's journey has been anything but typical. It has been full of obstacles, unexpected turns, and amazing achievements. Drew Scott continues to succeed in his career, on TV, and in his personal life, demonstrating that anything is achievable with perseverance and hard work. Drew stays committed to his work and his family as their brand expands, seizing new chances while upholding the principles that helped Property Brothers succeed. Although it hasn't always been simple, the Scott brothers' perseverance and intense passion for their work have allowed them to create an empire. Their commitment and passion are demonstrated by their ability to juggle business, family, and celebrity. Drew Scott isn't going anywhere anytime soon, so fans can relax. One thing is certain as he travels further: his story is far from finished.